Yes, sir. It's Friday. Friday Night Yerrr. You know what I'm saying? Make Spider can. AK with AK, put your mom in a figure four leg lock. Subscribe to the Friday Night Yerrr YouTube channel. Shout out to Blur Cartel. Shout out to Blur Crew Entertainment. Shout out to Blur.com. Shout out to everything everybody got going on. But we here to talk about some good old some fashion wrestling. The Wizard of Oz, Riz Flair. What it sound like?
Yes, sir.
How you say? How you feeling?
I'm Gucci, man. Make sure y'all go check out that What It Sound Like episode and subscribe to that What It Sound Like YouTube page.
Y'all just reviewed Utopia, didn't you?
Yeah. Just reviewed Utopia, Travis Scott.
Shout out to the Caucasian on the stage. You either gonna rage or you gonna. He did nothing.
There wouldn't be no Travis Scott without Kanye.
How you feeling, Jamel? You doing here?
Yo, what's up? What's happening, everybody? Hope your evening is going well. Make sure to subscribe to Eastside Reviews on YouTube. Did a video today where I consumed some of the last dab sauce. I got picks for SummerSlam incorrect. That were lock picks. Ate a couple of wings covered in that sauce, and I've been fucked up the whole day. So, yeah, check out that video and subscribe. Subscribe to Eastside Reviews.
Sauce on sauce on sauce. Sensei of the Syndicate, how you feeling?
Man, I'm good. It's been a crazy week, but I'm glad to be here. Definitely got to check out the blursyndicate.com. We got some fire shirts on there for us, and just excited because we got a D&D, a black D&D session coming out.
Let's go. So, as a man who plays D&D every week, I'm here for it.
Man, I'm telling you, it was so fun. Like I'm definitely into it. Like it was like my third time playing.
Oh, you'll love it. Me and my homies get together every week, yo. Fucking, it's just fun.
It is.
Extra spicy when you put some blacks on there. I mean, Afro Comics 765. How you feeling?
You already know your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different day. You know the vibes. Something flagrant, something inflammatory.
Jackie O, the cohort that hates female wrestling. So I mean,
oh my sweet God, that was really fucked up.
It's not his fault. They're not better.
You know what? I mean, all right, okay, everybody, relax.
Relax on the women's wrestling.
I'm not promoting any goddamn thing. Jesus Christ. Here's with your social medias. I'm here to talk about wrestling.
Got you. Wrestling purist. So I came up with this a couple days ago. I was like, who really had the best character work in the Bloodline?
Who do you think?
I've been
There's only one answer to this question.
Man,
oh my God. Answer, really. I've been juggling it myself.
There's only one answer to this question.
We all agree Solo Sikoa is at the bottom right now. What does it work? Okay, so we got that out of there. He's playing his role there.
I mean, his character is the silent enforcer. I mean, he's playing his character the way he should.
And they've treated him very, very well, and he's very strong looking.
He's been super well protected. There's no arguing that. They haven't. Who outside of goddamn one of the Usos or Seth Rollins or maybe Sami, who besides the top guy has beat Solo flat?
He's lost 2 times, dude.
And they were both
Cody
the top
and
guys.
Seth.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So no shade to Solo Sikoa being last in character work when you're playing a certain role. I get that. So that's fine. But this is where I think the struggle is going to happen. So it's Usos, Roman, and Paul, Zayn. So it's 5 spots. So who's number 5 in character work in the Bloodline? I'll go with the Wizard of Oz. Who is number 5 in character work? Because all they produce in the storylines, in the moments, did they carry any point of the storyline? Did they extend the storyline past the jumping over the shark moment? You know, I'm just saying, who's number 5? Who had the?
For me,
that's what we're gonna argue.
I have to say Jimmy Uso.
It'll be
You
Jimmy.
don't have to say.
Yeah, I was gonna
Let's
say.
get one at a time. Then we'll have a discussion on.
For me, number 5 is Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean,
I disagree so hard, but
first of all, you brought this question.
No, we're going one at a time. I hold back, and then I'll give my opinion. Why Jimmy Uso before we go to Jamel on this one?
I mean, What as far as this Bloodline storyline, what has Jimmy done that's like super memorable besides what just happened at SummerSlam? You know what I mean?
All right.
Which enters him into the chat. However,
okay, so we got one Jimmy Uso. Jamel, how do you? Where's your fifth spot?
I think I might have to go. Paul Heyman.
Whoa!
Hold on,
I think I might have to go Heyman at the 5.
Not
I
Heyman.
would say this: the Heyman plays his role similar to Solo Sikoa. Plays it well. Heyman speaks well, and it carries weight. But in comparison to Roman, Jay, Sammy, and Jimmy, I gotta put Heyman at the 5 spot. I gotta put him at the 5 spot.
One Jimmy, one Paul Heyman. Since they're the Syndicate, where are you putting? Who you putting at the 5th spot?
All right, so we already took out Solo, so
Solo's last, obviously for a reason.
Yeah, but, with respect, he just. I'm gonna go Jimmy. Compared to the other ones, Heyman is wild for me. But we'll get to it though.
2 Jimmys, 1 Heyman. Afro Kami.
I have to go Jimmy, bro. Outside, he's been the most agreeable throughout this. You gotta think from him being cool with Sammy when Jay wasn't. Since they said just this big twist at SummerSlam, the first thing that I feel like we've got from Jimmy in this Bloodline arc that is something we can sink our teeth into and be like, where are we going with this? Outside of that, he's been. What besides when he threw in the towel for Jimmy when he threw in the towel for Jay when this all started 3 years ago? What else has been the move for Jimmy?
He got hurt then. He got hurt now. The more
we forget. I love it. But Jackie O, where do you have it? You gonna say?
I mean, come on, dude. What? Remember.
You know what?
He was a bitch ass. Jimmy was a bitch ass nigga then. He's a bitch ass nigga now. Damn. What did our tribal chief say? And
Jimmy go do what he always do.
And then on top of that, I'm gonna fuck you up too. Back in the day, remember I was fucking y'all niggas up when we was little kids? Same shit right now.
If we was monetized,
that nigga.
Last. All right, so number 5, I'm gonna go Paul Heyman because we all forget when Paul Heyman got kicked out the Bloodline, started working with
Brock.
Was
really stupid.
I think that was a good.
Whoa, hey!
I think that was part of his character arc. I think that was a good part of his character arc. The whole working with Brock.
I'm gonna give Roman the title. Now I'm back in the Bloodline. That was all.
Now we turn on the wise.
I liked it. I disagree. I thought it was good because no one really saw it coming. No one could definitively say they thought 100% that Paul Heyman was going to turn on Roman for Brock. And then after he did, there was no one who was like beating on their chest being like, he's coming back to the Bloodline. So there wasn't anything.
But in WWE booking, it would make sense. But if you say Jimmy has no substance, Jimmy was very adamant of not having Jey Uso be who he was. He wants the Usos to be the tag team. Nobody goes solo. So he actually said Solo should be the right-hand man, should be the tribal chief and all that stuff. He wants the tag team. He doesn't want Jay to leave him and excel higher than him. And then 1, 2, 3, everything come in threes, right? How did Jay lose every time against Roman? Because of fucking Jimmy Uso. Throw in the towel. Get in the fucking cage. Interference at SummerSlam. It's Jey Uso losing again because of Jimmy.
That doesn't.
Why?
But I don't think that. That puts him above Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's one of the best promos in the business. Period.
I love all his promo work, but that one instance when he left and came back, and you're just a promo guy. We don't really need you for promos right now, except for the Cody thing. And Roman really took that over. Did you win one of those?
I liked it.
Did you main event in WrestleMania? He took over himself. He didn't need you to talk about, oh, you hired my dad for ECW, blah, 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 and you helped us out. That's all fine and dandy the first week.
Hey,
after that, it was all wrong.
But the way that promo, do you remember the promo that he had with Cody Rhodes?
Yes, and it was over after Roman needed to take over for 3 weeks to promote this fucking
Cameron. The reason why I'm pulling that up is because this has happened multiple times with so many different feuds. He is the catalyst to every single feud that comes.
No, he's not.
He's Roman Reigns' mouthpiece. So he's like
exactly. But
he's the initiator.
Hold on.
It's the same thing as Brock Lesnar. It's the same. It's like literally, it's a storyteller.
So Roman needed a mouthpiece against Cena.
Hold on, what?
Roman needed a mouthpiece against John Cena. I don't believe he did.
Listen. From back in the day, maybe Roman had some PTSD from the last spanking he got from John. He felt like he needed.
Did Roman need a mouthpiece against PTSD?
Listen, we can't just act like Roman is a killer promo now.
I can keep going.
But he was not. He was not too long. I just think that you're belittling the work and effort that Paul Heyman did put into this. I don't think the blood. Listen,
I don't think we are. I think it's just in comparison to everyone else in the story. Like, I can't put Paul Heyman at the same level as Jay, Roman, or Sammy. And I think, honestly, him and Jimmy are about even in terms of what they contributed to the Bloodline story. I think Jimmy, we kind of forget some of the stuff that was going on, not just in the beginning with the stuff with him and Jay, but also the stuff in early 2021 when he was coming back. Like, a lot of this stuff is, a long time ago, but Jimmy's been key to a lot of this stuff. Like, you forget that. And yeah, I'm not saying that Heyman hasn't been great. Everybody that isn't Solo has been knocking the Bloodline stuff out of the park. It's just now you're making me choose between him and the other parties. I gotta go. I'm putting Heyman at the 5.
Well, all I'm saying is Roman didn't need a mouthpiece for the Rey Mysterio. Roman didn't need a mouthpiece for Cesaro. Roman didn't need a mouthpiece for Finn because them motherfuckers can't fucking talk and cut a promo. What the fuck you need Paul Heyman for that for?
Yeah, but
because people like to hear him talk. People like to boo Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman. Now listen, I believe Paul Heyman's probably better used back in creative, if we're gonna be completely honest. But what he's done, bruh. There's not a time Paul Heyman's got on the mic in the 3 years with the Bloodline, and it hasn't been a bad.
No, I get all that, and I respect Heyman everything he's done. But he's my number 5. But we need a number 4.
Paul Heyman is the linchpin.
Well, no, 4. Oh no, because you said same.
Number 4. I'm gonna go Jackie L. Who's number 4? Character work, Bloodline. I'm not gonna just jump out the window and say Sami Zayn. We can all agree with that, but.
It's not really fair. Like, I mean, at this point, god damn it.
Life isn't fair, but we need.
First of all, it's all right. I don't want to jump ahead. So fine, because everyone is just shitting on Paul Heyman. I guess Paul,
which is crazy.
Put Paul Heyman there, then fuck it.
All right, so we go Paul Heyman.
He's been the fucking linchpin to this whole thing. It's like it's so unfair.
It's untrue, but okay. Afro Comics.
It's untrue.
Okay, so who do we have so far? We got Solo.
Sammy. Well, we got Jimmy Uso at 5, which I disagree with. But so we got Sammy, Paul, Jay, Roman.
Well, I definitely, man, it's hard for me. I will be the guy. I will put.
How is Roman not number 1?
Well, Roman has to be but we gotta get there first. We ain't even got to number 1 yet. This is hard. It's hard because everyone is good. There isn't a bad one in the bunch.
Number 4.
That's why Heyman at 5 is egregious.
Yeah, it's great. I put Jimmy under. I put Jimmy under goddamn Paul Heyman in my book. Heyman over Jimmy. So
we got Paul Heyman at 4.
Yep.
Okay. Sensei the Syndicate.
Yeah, I got him at I got Heyman at 4 too. Just because he's not in the ring as much as everybody else to kind of tell the physical aspect of the story.
He got Superman punched.
Yeah, I mean he got Superman punched and he got super kicked. You
know
he got
a Stone Cold Stunner
too.
Yeah, I mean
and the F5
yeah, but he's not in there like everybody else. So but I do appreciate the fact that he has the value to kind of be a placeholder for Roman Reigns when he's not there. You know what I mean? So even when Roman's not there, you have somebody talking shit probably better than what he would have been doing. So it's definitely appreciated. And then he still had muscle behind him by having the rest of the bloodline. So, but as far as stories, revolving around him, I think he's four is all right. It's a respectable 4 though. It's not like a disrespect.
I want to say one thing before we move on though. If you'd have told me that in 1989 that Paul Heyman being the goddamn manager of the Samoan SWAT team for a couple months in some random promotion was going to turn around and be spun into the biggest freaking angle of the last 3 years, I'd have looked at you crazy.
History repeats itself. That's what it's supposed to do.
I mean, you could even say that for ECW, by the way.
Well, ECW is like a way bigger thing because I don't know how many people, when we were going into the Bloodline, actually even knew about Paul Heyman managing the Samoan SWAT team.
I know, I'm just saying, like, just.
I've been with your family for 40 years.
Yeah, when he spoke to him before.
Technically only like 30, 31,
at,
32.
4. We've already talked about Jimmy contributions. I got him at number 4.
Where's the
number 4? Give me Heyman. I'll take him.
Heyman in 3.
We got Heyman at 4. So Solo at 6. I have Heyman at 5. I put Sami Zayn at 4. Sorry, he kept the thing going for about a couple months. Love the character work.
The catalyst of the whole.
Love the character work, but Jey Uso carried him a lot and all of that. So I mean, you had to have a deceptive to the aggressor of that. So the same thing. I feel like is willing his way in there. You had to have somebody.
Was there a carrier, or was it more of a? I felt like that was the closest thing to a symbiotic working relationship we've seen. Like they actually equally. I feel like Jay helped Sammy as much as Sammy helped Jay.
Okay, let's just say everybody except Sami Zayn. You don't get the War Games moment. You don't get anything of that beyond that. So somebody had to carry disagreeing with Sami Zayn being on there, and that was Jey Uso.
And Jay did a fantastic job, but I don't think it would have came off well with anybody else because there wouldn't be no point in freaking Roman not liking him because if you don't like him, you just kick him out.
He was a certified instigator and had nothing really carrying him. So,
but like
him in WWE,
when Sammy told Paul Heyman, I was just schmooly last week, I popped, That was you know what I mean? Him and Paul Heyman had two Jews arguing is just funny to me.
I popped when Sami Zayn said he's just not feeling very oozy. I get all that. I'm for it. One of the best,
sold a lot of T-shirts off that shit.
One of the best promos of that, but who carried it? Jey Uso. So Jey Uso carried Sami Zayn throughout that transition period. I'm just saying that's why Sami Zayn is in my little 4 spot. You extended the bloodline for another 6 months. And then Kevin Owens in there. Kevin Owens was a little linchpin for you to be the what you're doing there because that wasn't all him.
But now they just got to go into splitting up the belts stuff because it's so stupid to have either unify them officially or split them. But
we're back. Who's number 3? Where's the Oz? Sami Zayn.
3, Sammy.
Okay.
It's Zayn.
I'm assuming we're all gonna say Sammy. Well,
I would say I think Sammy at 3 is pretty unless somebody else has some. Because, like, even from what you said, you can't put Sammy over Jay. So he has to fit in at 3, I think.
Well,
3.
Maybe people have different reasons for it. So, what's your reason for Sami Zayn being 3?
It's you sort of covered the bases to a certain extent. A lot of the big stuff that we got from the Bloodline as far as faction-based fighting. You don't really get to without Sammy. Sure, they could beef with somebody else, but I don't know if you get the same feeling without adding in the 20+ years of god dang Sammy and Kevin Owens' beef. You know what I mean? I don't know if you get the same flair.
What was your Sami Zayn moment? Holly Sensei, was it the giving the honorary Ooze T-shirt? Was it War Games? Was it the chair? Not the chair shot, but Sami Zayn intercepting some finishing moves, trying to prove himself. What was your Sami Zayn moment?
Definitely the honorary Uso shirt. I mean, it's definitely that.
Sammy Uso.
And the feeling Uzi. I mean, that was.
But Mel, we're indifferent of the other people, so you're gonna have a different list than the other.
Oh yeah, Sami Zayn is 3 for me. The moments that's like of the bloodline that we've gotten over the last year that involve Sami Zayn, killing Uzi, the ending to War Games, the honorary Uso, like it's so many great segments. But for me, best one is when we got kicked out of the bloodline,
or even hitting Roman with the chair.
That is one of the best moments that I've ever seen in wrestling. Like this, and
I was thinking the trial was
cold as hell. Like that, honestly. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say that whole week, kicking the week off with the trial of Sami Zayn, and closing it out with Sami getting kicked out. That's a hell of a week of segments for Bloodline. So for me, that's what put them there. But you can't put them above Jay or Roman because so many of the key moments are vital that Sami's to the part of are because Roman's there, Jay's there. So 3, I think, is a fair spot.
Since they're the Syndicate, do you also have Sami Zayn in the 3 spot?
Yeah, I got him at 3. But it's also because of the just the work and like the stuff that's not even like wrestling wise, like the handshakes, you know what I'm saying? The dancing, like having them break, you know what I'm saying? Having them crack when they weren't supposed to, man. Like those were the things that made it seem like, you know, he was having a good time. So it gave us the option to have the same fun and good time. And it kind of took away from like that whole idea that the bloodline is just this, you know, stoic group, because they weren't, you know what I mean? He got them to break and he got them to be able to humanize them in a way that I don't think would have happened with anybody else.
I think it had the same feel as when you guys remember when the Godfather was trying to break the Undertaker?
Yeah.
I know you like hoes. Yeah. I've known you for a long time, so I know you like hoes.
I know you like hoes.
I know you ain't telling me you don't like hoes. Mm-hmm. I mean,
question for y'all. Y'all think once they do the Hall of Fame thing for the Bloodline, inevitably, y'all think Sami's gonna get in?
He would have to.
I think he should. Like he was vital to it. I think he should.
So you think he should be there for the down? He should play some part in the final downfall of Roman Reigns.
No, not the downfall. Like once, like 10, 15 years from now, when they do the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
Or the Bloodline. Yeah, he's got it. I think he's got to be in there. Yeah, with Samoans and with Hank.
Jackie O, Afro Comedy, you also have Sami Zayn in the 3 spot.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like I said, he showed time and time again throughout all his years of wrestling. If you let Sami Zayn work, he's gonna work from NXT to Ring of Honor to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, wherever you want to look. Wherever you saw Sami Zayn, El Generico, whatever you want to call him, the man is gold in a wrestling ring. Whether it's on a mic or on the mat, he's killing it.
I loved him in NXT. He was
bro. I loved him in freaking.
He's the real heart and soul of NXT. Next to Neville.
His Ring of Honor run, bro. You got to think he had that next big Ring of Honor run right after freaking CM Punk finally switched over. You know what I mean? He got right in there in that sweet spot with Adam Cole and freaking Roderick Strong, all of those Pro Wrestling Guerrilla guys.
I don't know if y'all want to do this as the next time, but top 10 most important people in Ring of Honor.
Ooh, that's a very. That could be fun. That could be fun. I think I definitely have a top 10 for me of Ring of Honor. So I'd love to see how it shook out with everybody.
Jay Lethal's definitely in my top 3 though.
Oh, Jay Lethal's in my top 5 guaranteed.
We got to do like a top 5 or top 10 of people I like too.
Because listen, bro, you got to think CM Punk, the Briscoe brothers, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, freaking Adam Cole.
You say 90 McGinnis, you can say all that shit. Jay Lethal is top 3.
Oh yeah, Jay Lethal, bro. There ain't no arguing. He is a TNA original. And he took that and then he went over into Ring of Honor.
He made the TV title what it was. Like, come on, we're not
I
gonna.
bet think Samoa Joe, bruh.
I get
The
that.
king of Ring of Honor, in my opinion, bruh. The nigga that ran roughshod and broke the whole roster. Samoa
you
Joe
have
crashed.
Sami Zayn as your 3.
Yeah.
Fair. Who's my 3? I would think Paul would be 3 for me.
I respect that.
Just for prophesizing Roman Reigns. Y'all know the infamous promo on Raw and talking Roman. Who knew it would actually be prophesized?
Bro.
Come in, wreck everybody, and leave? And the match he wasn't even in? What the fuck?
That was the real downfall of the Fiend, bro. Once Roman Reigns came in and beat you up,
Shit, was it?
It was the start.
Hell in a Cell 2019 was when the Fiend died.
It wasn't really dead until that Christmas Eve where Randy Orton. You gotta remember the Fiend got burned alive on Christmas Eve, bro.
Losing the Goldberg.
I always remember. I'll give him that. I will always remember that was the first time I ever saw a nigga get melted to the skeleton.
I think it's a phenomenal episode with the rise and fall of Bray Wyatt.
Alexa Bliss literally stole his gimmick, bruh. She sat on top of it and had the black blood.
I just did it better. We're not gonna lie. I mean,
I beat it so flow.
And I'm a fan of Bray Wyatt to a certain extent.
When she had the black shit going on her face,
that was the stupidest shit ever.
One or the other. I'm just saying, I was both. Just me.
It was so wet. I think he could have got the Fiend. I think Vince McMahon was scared of the Fiend for some reason.
He wasn't scared. He just didn't. No, he just didn't like mess with him. You know what I mean? Because he was a heavy dude. He was a heavy set dude. Yeah, he was fat. So
but you got to think this is Blackjack Mulligan's grandson we're talking about, bro.
I understand. That's why he's still on the roster.
No, that's bullshit. Because we know Vince is very much a fan of nepotism. We ain't gonna act like.
When? Still on the Jr.? Which one?
Well, Charlotte Flair. Braun Breaker when he finally makes it, but Triple H is in charge now, so that's different.
Braun Breaker. He didn't use the Steiner.
No, I definitely think his name should be Rex Steiner. I'm on record saying but we're going on
for a different day. We could do nepotism as a whole fucking topic. So who's number 2?
Nepotism in wrestling.
We only got Jey Uso and Roman Reigns left. So who's number 2?
Now we're talking character, right?
Character work in the bloodline. Let's go, Jackie O. Well, you're gonna say Jey Uso, obviously, because he's a Roman mark, so I can answer that for him. Well, with 100% confidence. Afro Comic, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns.
We're talking character. So me personally, I put Roman at 2. Because I started out thinking when we first started talking about this, I wasn't thinking about it just being we're talking about a character arc. And Roman's character's been amazing. There ain't no arguments. Like you said, they prophesized to come in, wreck everybody, leave. That's literally what we all know. When Roman drops the belt, he's gonna take a break. So he literally came in, wrecked everyone, broke all these records, left. Prophecy fulfilled. But bro, we've seen such a change in Jey Uso. Like the being of main event Jey Uso is a rise that I think is super underrated. So if I'm getting this chance to, I put Roman at 2. If we're talking character work, like a actual major shifting character, Roman did give us that. But we've had heel Roman before. We just haven't had him really get into it like this. So, but yeah, I'm gonna put Roman at 2. I know that might be spicy, but we're talking character, folks. Remember that.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Because if you think about it, half the time we didn't know. Like you could tell maybe Jimmy and Jay apart, but like there wasn't any real difference to them for real. And so like the fact that he kind of stuck out and the different character development, like you could tell now that he. You know, you could say that he's really family oriented. Like
that nigga started rocking a mullet on a regular basis, bro.
Yeah, like how many times did you know that Jay got to talk? You know what I'm saying? Like before this, You know, so and
the Usos were not a promo-oriented tag team.
No, they was like, let's go ahead and do this Haku, whatever they was doing on the stage.
I just said they used to do the Samoan dance when they came out, like,
or the Uso Penitentiary. Like they had
still a banger.
Yeah, their mic work was few and far in between. But now he has somebody now. He's still not great at it. Like I'm not gonna say that he is.
He's a lot better though.
Exactly.
He's a lot better than a lot of people in the industry right now too. If we're gonna be honest.
So that's why I'm not saying that Roman's bad, but I'm saying that Jay's development character wise has been so much better, from going from like a tag team, especially as a twin. You know what I mean? They you know, because I think Roman has said something about it before where he was like, "Which one are you again?" And so now you know who he is and you know what he's about. So that for that reason, that's why I have Roman at 2 and Jay at 1.
Jamel?
I know it's gonna be shocking, but I'm agreeing with Sensei and Afro. Roman is at 2, and I love the tribal chief character. I've had Roman Reigns stock and invested in Roman Reigns since the Shield debut. Is looking very good now, but his character development has been great within the bloodline. And when you look at Jey Uso from the moment he won that fatal 4-way match back in 2020 to become number 1 contender to now, he's elevated. He is his own character. Finally, he's established as an individual, and from his mic, like he's improved on every level. And I know we're kind of strictly talking about characters. He's been in the ring and mixed it up with Kevin Owens, with Bryan Danielson, with Cody Rhodes. Like he's been in the ring with top level dudes and has held his own. Like top level love dudes, and he's held his own, and he's been able to showcase he can be a viable single star. And for me, Jey Uso has been he's been great. Like I didn't believe he was going to beat Roman, but it wasn't like it didn't seem ridiculous that he could have beat Roman for the title. And so for me, it's these two have been so integral. Like the best bloodline stuff for me is still the early stuff when it was just Roman and Jey in the Thunderdome going at it. Like that stuff holds up so well, and it's like, man, Jey, like Roman's been great in this, but Jey, I think for the development has been just a little bit better. So I would go Roman 2, Jey Uso number 1.
RZA Oz.
Number 2, yeah, I'm gonna have to, keep the train going here.
Come on with it.
But Roman, I mean, I just feel like the right hand man, main event Jey Uso, everything he was doing with Sammy, all that, it's just it extended his character. It vaulted that man. He's on a different plateau. Like I love the tribal chief. That's like literally one of my favorite heels of all time. Probably my top 10. But I definitely got Roman 2, Jey 1.
The fact that he was like, I feel like Roman's almost kind of plateaued in a certain way when it comes to his character. Not to say that like there's not anything that like we're not getting new facets of his character in this at this point. So I'm not saying that he's that character has gone out the window. I'm just saying I'd like to see more of it, rather than him trying to keep the belt, him trying to keep what he had.
They got to drag it out to WrestleMania, bro.
Roman post losing the belt is gonna be interesting. Like he's gonna take that long vacation, but what's gonna happen? Like what is next for him after he loses the belt? Like I'm curious.
I think a long break. I think Roman takes a break.
My 3 had to arrive at it. I said him, but it was actually Jimmy Uso. Look at 2021. Jimmy kept the same energy, and you got to for that from 2021 to 2023, and people confused why Jimmy interfered in the match. He kept the same energy for 2 years.
He did.
He doesn't want Jay to do nothing solo. He wants the Usos to be the Usos. No right hand man, no tribal chief, nothing like that. Don't fuck with him, fuck with me. I'm your twin, all that other shit. So you want to steal his not steal his identity, but I guess hold him down as your identity as being the Usos and not the main event.
He's avoiding the thing that I think everyone slowly realizes, and it's what more can the Usos really do as a tag team, bruh? You've won all the titles. You've had the longest title reign. I mean, like, there's only so much you can do as a tag team. So I just think it's cool that Jay's actually getting this chance to be a solo guy. Do I think that he's gonna be anywhere near Roman Reigns? I don't know.
I'm gonna go to Roman. I'm glad to see him get his mic work up. I'm glad to see him come back, wreck everything, and leave. I'm glad to see Tribal Chief do that stuff, but he couldn't do none of that Tribal Chief shit without Jey Uso. I'm sorry. Just like couldn't get none of that done without ascending over Jey Uso. I love Roman's character work, his insecurities, his even his insecurities against Cena. But
pause real quick before I even say this, but his facials are amazing.
Yeah, facials amazing against Super Kid, getting any move. He get any move over.
That's a fact. He could sell his ass off, bro.
He can sell his ass off, but he get all his rivalries, main event quality, all his rivalries. He got Logan Paul over, got Finn Balor over, got Cesaro over.
That might be Roman Reigns' like greatest thing. Is like I legitimately made Logan Paul.
He's getting people.
Well, I don't know. Logan's carried his own weight in this, though. I don't want to, because I didn't care for Logan going into this one. I was like, but he's got to be one of the best celebrity wrestlers we've ever seen.
He's stolen the buckshot lariat straight from
bruh. Hangman got to hang his head in shame. When I saw this nigga hit a buckshot lariat on Ricochet to the outside of the ring, bruh. Hangman ain't never even did that on thing.
I love Roman's character work even to now. Just being in a sense of danger every time he has to face Jey Uso. Every time, like the title of the Tribal Chief will be taken away from either from Brock or from Cena or from Finn or from whoever his opponent is. It's great character work. Even into tribal combat, it's just like.
Even if tribal combat was a little lackluster,
it was a no.
Rather be a bad or good match, like the selling
lazy booking,
but that's what gets you up there. You can sell a match, but number one, Jey Uso. It's just obvious. I mean, sorry,
he's done so much. It's just if you'd have told anybody a couple years ago that Jey Uso was going to main event any pay-per-view solo, they'd have been like, I don't know.
Yeah, they'd have been like,
He proved he is a good singles wrestler. He doesn't have to have his brother holding him up every time. Freaking low key, I gotta see Jimmy cut a promo now. You know what I mean? We've done.
We might see him on SmackDown replay tonight.
I was gonna say I got. I like fast forwarding through the commercials anyway.
Yeah, that gets you out there.
All right, so that's our Bloodline ranking. Now we're gonna talk about worst match stipulations we've seen. Just I don't know. I don't think we can really rank them, but just like what's the worst?
Exploding barbed wire death match.
I think the execution was bad, but
listen, if it would have even been a little bit of a bigger explosion, think about how that. Bro, in my opinion, Eddie Kingston just now recovering from looking crazy laying over another man while sparklers went off underneath the ring.
See, that's facts.
Listen,
shout out to Eddie Kingston though. He just had an amazing run in the IWGP. He's the New Japan Strong Champion right now.
I will raise you a Doomsday cage match. It was motherfucking 8-on-2. A 3-layer cage match with Zeus in there.
Okay.
Kevin Sullivan.
But Hulk Hogan was there, bro. It's a cheat code.
It's trying to kill Hulkamania.
Hulk Hogan
and Randy Savage versus 8 niggas.
Racism and fake Tanner trumps all, bro. Racism and fake Tanner trumps all in 1987.
You can't.
That was in 1996.
Was it really the 90s?
That was 1996.
I hate that Hulk Hogan's career lasted.
It was uncensored. Uncensored 1996, I believe. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage versus the Alliance to kill Hulkamania.
I raise you Punjabi prison.
It's not. I don't think.
Bro, you couldn't even see the match through the fucking bamboo.
So the Doomsday Cage match, it was at the entrance ramp.
Oh, it was some. That was some horrible camera placement. It was, but the Punjabi prison.
Yeah,
as fun as Punjabi is to say, I don't like seeing the Undertaker in those kind of situations.
Where's the odds? What's the? Can you raise us a match stipulation that is worse?
What was that one match? Object on a pole.
Any object on a pole, bro. The spider on the pole in TNA when freaking the Mankind ripoff guy. I can never remember. Yeah, Jason Paul or whatever. Yeah, Abyss. Bruh, they put his pet spider on a pole and made him wrestle for it, bruh. What the fuck?
So the Wizard of Oz is talking about the minor 49er match. Booker T was in the match, and you had to hit crates to knock out the object in the on the pole. And the WCW, this is a WCW title match. The belt fell through one of the crates, and they had to scramble for it. And Scott Hall. Drunk Scott Hall was in one of the
Drunk Scott Hall.
I was flying with a picture of him.
So he was in the match, I believe. I want to say Buff.
Jeff Jarrett.
No, Jeff Jarrett was.
It was Booker T versus Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. And this was a title match.
God,
that was shit.
Jamel, do you have a bad?
Just a horrible stipulation.
The scaffold match. In general, the scaffold match. It's not just a dumb stipulation because the match.
New Jack was just trying to murder
unnecessarily dangerous. New Jack almost killed a dude for just almost killed him. Jim Cornette fucked his knee up. Like you can't do anything in a match, but you got to stay on the platform. If you go too far either way, you fuck around, break your leg, break your knee, you done. Your career is done. So the scaffold match is it's boring and it's dangerous for no reason. So yeah,
that's a fact.
Kill that shit.
Since they had a syndicate, besides the blindfold match,
I was gonna say any of the women's like bra and panty matches and all.
Oh, I disagree. Those are amazing. What are we talking about?
The only thing that was doing was covering up Vince McMahon's sexual harassment suits. That's all that he was doing with that one.
Anytime I can see Trish Stratus and Lita start to get naked in a ring, I'm behind it.
But I do agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, now that you think about it, or now that even if you look at what they could do in the wrestling ring and what
I'd still rather watch them get naked.
Well, I mean,
give them the chocolate pudding in the ring. Get in there.
We was all horny back in the day. So.
I was about to say it was the early 2000s, late 90s. Everyone was just.
We all giving props to the Kennel from Hell match.
Oh,
terrible execution.
If you want to talk
about that match,
one stipulation that I don't know why, so people are so comfortable with it. But any Inferno match, you should never be okay with setting yourself on fire, bruh. That's just not. There's too many different things. Fire is not something that's easily controlled. And you guys wonder why Kane's making the decisions as the governor of Knoxville, Tennessee, or whatever, the mayor. It's because you set the man on fire for years and dropped him on.
Real quick, how many black people were in those fire matches?
Jacobs.
You say the Kennel from Hell match.
MVP is the only one.
I will raise you a Chamber of Horrors match.
Oh,
Abdullah the Butcher, Sting, Rick Steiner.
That was so.
An 8-man cage match in the
open. Shit!
Lower the electric chair and to kill
Abdullah the Butcher. He still survived. He survived the electric chair.
Jack was in the match. He flipped the switch, but Rick Steiner switched out to the Butcher, and he killed him in the middle of the ring. So I will raise you that for your Kennel. No dog.
Hey, shout out to Abdullah the Butcher, though. This is the greatest gig marks ever.
I will raise you, since we're talking cage matches, the WCW Asylum match, which was just basically a small ass bird cage in the middle of the ring with two dudes with
that's the shark cage. That's the other shark cage match.
No, it is the Asylum.
I think we're going too old.
The Asylum cage match in WCW.
I've got a recent match.
Dumbest thing.
I see that, and I raise you the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Bruh. Even though the only good thing that came from that was LA Knight, getting over. I mean, that was the start of it.
You say that, but I raised you Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose in the Asylum match.
Oh, it was so bad. The desk in the ring. There was a desk in the ring for no reason.
No, there was a pot. There was a flower pot up in the on top of the
cage. I got more over than Dean Ambrose.
Oh.
No, Dean Ambrose is a bigger star than John Moxley. I'm not going to say it again.
He was, but I don't care for the John Moxley at this point, bro.
Does anybody remember the King of the Road match?
Oh shit! I don't know who was in it. Dustin Rhodes and Repo Man.
Man, fighting on the highway.
Dustin or Dusty?
Dustin.
Oh. Dustin. So pre-Gold
Dustin fighting on the highway. All three of them niggas got fired. Even the producer in the match got fucking fired.
As they should have been. It was bad.
Both of them the producer got fired for doing the match. So Dustin and the Reaper Man got fired for blading super fucking hard in the match on hay bales. So I mean,
Dustin don't need it. He is one of those. He's not quite Abdullah the Butcher or John Moxley level. But he's a chronic bleeder, bruh. John Moxley, the next time we catch that, I can count literally at least 3 times where I have physically seen John Moxley use a razor blade in AEW. At least 3 times. Now, I don't know whether you blame the camera people.
Since we're talking King matches, let's go to TNA with the King of the Mountain match. Like, the name is fine, but the match execution itself is dumb. Where it's basically you climb the ladder to hang something up. When in a regular ladder match, you climb it to pull it down. It's basically adding an unnecessary extra step for a match. For me, that's always been one of the dumbest stipulations.
Do you guys remember Triple H's punishment for the curtain call? The farm match where they had to wrestle in like the fucking pig pen? He just got slammed in cow manure by Phineas Godwin and whatever the other Pig and Hog were their initials. They were just fucking 2 redneck, fat racist dudes.
Fat racist dude is crazy.
Phineas I. Godwin and one was Pig and the other was Hog.
Henry O. Godwin.
So hold on. Are we jacking eye for an eye match?
Seth Rollins taking out freaking
Rey Mysterio.
His eyeball, bruh. The pandemic was a crazy time.
Hey, it was so good. It was so good. AEW was like, we'll do it too.
Bro, but at least they didn't. It was the fake eyeball that was. It was the fake eyeball that overdid it, bruh. Like when you saw Rey Mysterio's eyeball. Like that. This was when you knew they were taking liberties because there were no fans in there. They were like, "Let's just get super extreme." Like you got to take out Rey Mysterio's eye. Like, and we still. I mean, look, Malachi Black, formerly Aleister Black, he's told his eye injury all the way into the new promotion, and now he's walking around with half blackface still.
Are we jacking the last rights match in TNA?
Man.
So is Abyss versus Sting, and the goal of the match is to
hated Abyss so much.
Rig the platform that had a coffin of it down in the middle of the ring, put your opponent in the coffin, and then you gotta rig it all the way up to this.
That's just
that was ass.
That screams Vince Russo.
TNA was Vince Russo's booking is just so. This is where you gotta stay away from.
Now we turn on Vince Russo?
Oh, I turned on him a long time ago.
Vince Russo.
Everybody did.
Listen,
did y'all see that Dark Side of the Ring episode about Bash at the Beach 2000?
Oh my lord!
That's one of those where it's like, wow, I hate everybody more coming out of this.
You didn't like anybody coming out of looking at that in Richard.
Jeff Jarrett was the only one who kind of came out decent. But Eric Bischoff and Russo
and L as a whole for a career, bro.
Jarrett.
Listen, 1,000 guitars didn't draw that.
Hey, I will. You say that I will raise you a crybaby match if you remember it.
Yeah, I remember the
crybaby match.
So the crybaby match was Scott Hall, Razor Ramon versus newly named 123 Kid, and the whole point of the
Shout
match,
out to X-Pac.
the whole point of the match, put a diaper on your opponent.
Wasn't that punishment for something though?
Curtain call, maybe.
No. Oh, did they get him? Did they get him for the? Was he? He wasn't. I thought
He wasn't even at the curtain call.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was just. I was gonna say Triple H, the barnyard match that we talked about with the Godwins was his punishment, and losing and Stone Cold winning King of the Ring that year because it was supposed to be Triple H that first time that Stone Cold.
Triple H was the brunt of the.
Well, who else could they? They couldn't punish Shawn Michaels. He was the WWF champion at the time, and and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall literally left the company. Triple H was the only person who could be punished.
What was the match where CM Punk got thrown in the river? I believe.
Gulf of Mexico match.
The Gulf of Mexico match. Him and Chavo, I believe.
Oh.
And both of them got extremely ill. Going in there.
Bruh. The goddamn the swamp match. Bray Wyatt and goddamn or the what was the one where he ended up doing the projection of the worms on the canvas when he faced Randy Orton. And they turned out they turned out all the lights. They called it something because they blacked out all the lights just so the projection would get
versus Randy at Mania.
But
that wasn't. Didn't have a stipulation. It was just a match.
Oh, was it just
just a match?
Yeah. What was the match they had in the house? Because they had a match
the House of Horrors match.
The house. Yeah. No, that was with John Cena though. What was the match?
That was a Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt's been involved in some goofy ass shit. So all of these names are coming together.
Burned down the house.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't a match though. That was actually just.
Mind you, there were multiple House of Horrors matches. I'm letting you know that.
I didn't hate the one with John Cena though. That was the Firefly. That was Firefly Funhouse. That was one of the only cinematic matches that I liked outside of the Undertaker.
So, I'm gonna say a match, and y'all tell me was the concept bad, but the execution was good. The Armageddon Hell in a Cell match.
Ooh. But I think the people in the match were just so good. Certain people, you can give them a bad match or give them a bad gimmick, anything, and they're gonna make it work if they're good.
I think it was good, but mostly it was because of the people who were in it. Because if you think about it, all 6 people in that match had interacted and had good stories with each other. There were some intertwined. Rikishi and Kurt Angle were in the finals of King of the Ring. Kurt beat The Rock for the title. Rock and Triple H had their feud. Stone Cold got hit by a car by Rikishi. Undertaker and Kurt feuded. Triple H and Kurt Angle feuded over Stephanie. Everybody had beef going into that, and so I think that's what made it better. If you were to do that now and have 6 random niggas in the match, it might not work as well. But I think for the time it worked.
Hey,
Mankind got over the boiler room
match. Is this called the Elimination Chamber now? Ooh.
Yeah, the Elimination Chamber was a super good. It worked, and it still works. But the boiler room match by all means should have been garbage. But Mankind is amazing, so the Undertaker's amazing.
Oh yeah, I love boiler room brawl. Cincinnati Syndicate. Sunday Night Heat, if you remember that, in the arena match. Good or bad?
Who was it? Was that with
The Rock and Mankind in the arena match? Sunday Night Heat, when it used to debut before the Super Bowl.
Didn't they actually do it live at one point in time?
Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't remember it. I don't remember it being horrible. But of course I was hella young, so everything was really cool, and I was a big rock mark.
Yeah.
So
I love the innocence. Everything was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was WWE at the time, or WWF.
The Vicky match.
Yeah. So I'm I don't remember it as well, but like when I see some of the clips, it wasn't as bad as some of the other shit that they did back in the day. So
I will raise y'all this: the Monster Truck Sumo match, Hulk Hogan versus the Big Show.
Oh hell no!
I hate Hulk Hogan so much, bro.
Me too. I hate that. Like when I go to do my shows, I'll be like the Hulk, and I'll be like, but not like Hulk Hogan. F Hulk Hogan. That's how I.
Listen, the Iron Sheik told niggas Hulk Hogan's a fucking jabroni. He told us that years ago.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan. R.I.P. Sheiky baby.
R.I.P. Sheiky baby.
They should keep his Twitter or X account alive. Just every once in a while.
They have.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
I think his son shoots out a random. This is fucked up tweet every once in a while.
It was a 5-minute match of them just going back and forth with monster trucks, and then Hulk Hogan just killed Big Show at the end of the match, and then whatever, fuck it, right?
If you're a giant, you know Hulk Hogan's got to put you down.
That was so stupid.
It's so dumb, bro. Wrestling has evolved and devolved in so many different ways.
We've had blindfold matches and they've all been bad. We talk about the most famous blindfold match, Jake Ryder versus Rick Martel. That was still ass.
But they actually, in some of these matches, they put on shoot blindfolds, like where you legitimately couldn't see. At least in some of the blindfold matches, we know those were working blindfolds. Like it looked like it, but they could still see through it to a certain extent. At least enough to wrestle if they were actually good.
I get wrestlers. That, but the concept is just like,
it's stupid. It's stupid. But I see that anarchy in the arena, bruh.
Oh God.
Hangman on a horse. Matt Hardy teleporting into freezers and transforming into broken Matt Hardy.
It's just creative bullshit. That's what that is.
It was so garbage, bruh. And look, I just think that very much along the lines of the empty arena match. I watch wrestling for the fans. Like being a fan in a wrestling crowd is just exciting. Although I don't like watching wrestling live as much as I do at my house because I enjoy the commentary. But the fans are a vital part of wrestling, in my opinion. If anyone tries to say the pandemic era hit like any other time when fans are there, it's just not true. You know what I mean? Fans are a big part of wrestling. When you take them completely out of the mix, outside of the occasional parking lot brawl, you know what I mean? It's doing too much, in my opinion. I feel like it's a big match. Fans
we all have the zombie match up there, at least top 10. Damian Priest.
Bro, the zombie lumberjack match.
Horrible.
The zombie lumberjack match, bro.
What was that one match? I think it was at like SummerSlam.
Taking liberties with the pandemic.
The hardcore evening gown match.
Oh, with Patterson with the Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Briscoe.
That was at Backlash 2000.
And
Backlash 2000, it was Patterson and Briscoe. And that pay-per-view is one of the best pay-per-views WWE has, like, B-level pay-per-views they've ever produced. That match sticks out like fucking sore. Rock versus Triple H is a great main event. That should have been a main event. Same fucking card. These two old-ass men in drag trying to strip each other down. Dog.
But it's fucked up because at the same time, Vince had this doing this goddamn Pat Patterson. Briscoe was the man that created the first ever Intercontinental Champion, bruh. What are we doing? How's he?
Pat Patterson invented the Royal Rumble and was the first IC champion.
Bruh.
That show you like he had no problem. Like he had no ego about it, I guess.
And one of the first openly gay wrestlers.
I'll wear a dress. Why not?
So I guess the dress low key. I mean,
I think the women's battle royal when Santino won.
Yeah,
Santina Marella. Santina, not Santino. There's a difference, bro.
Oh, there's a big difference. One of them had a kick, though.
Not Santina. She just had a snake.
All right, well, the post-op Santina.
Shout out to his daughter, though. Freaking, she's crazy. His daughter's a wrestler.
I
Yep, she's in NXT. I think she's hurt.
I was gonna say, is she hurt? I just saw that the Bailey fangirl is having her debut wrestling match. The little crying Bailey girl.
Yeah,
she's having
Izzy is having a match. But
at Mission Pro Wrestling Thunder Rosa's promotion.
Friday Night Yerrr, we here. We're out of here. And the next week I do want to do top 10 most important people in NXT. So I think that would be a solid
conversation.
I think we can get 10 out of that. Pretty sure.
Are you going to include?
If we're starting from NXT's inception, from when SCW.
I mean, if it's a faction, but
are we doing the game show NXT too?
No, the game show original NXT doesn't.
No game show NXT.
Shout out to the Miz though for keeping on. But think Seth Rollins being, I think we'd probably call from when Seth Rollins won the inaugural NXT title.
We're talking about the first takeover to before they went 2.0.
Okay. 2.0. Thank God they got rid of that, bro.
Shout out to Brian Breaker, shout out to Carmelo Hayes, but they will probably not be on this list at all.
No way.
Don't forget, I also want to say the stairs match. That's also one of the worst matches.
Oh shit! Yeah,
that's just shit dangerous.
Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs.
Bro.
Terrible. But we're gonna do top 10 most important people in NXT, and then whatever secondary wrestling objective. Oh, I did. Mount Rushmore Intercontinental Champions.
Ooh, I listen. Okay. I won't associate with anyone that puts the honky tonk man on that list.
Nobody should. Oh man. So just let me know. We're gonna do the top 10 most important people in NXT. Mount Rushmore Intercontinental Champions.
All right.
So this is another would you rather going into the Intercontinental Championship before we log off. So let's just say Gunther gets injured and vacates the title, right? Oh. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood near me. I'm just saying.
I got you. Don't worry.
So let's just say, for all shits and giggles, Miz takes over the IC title again. He's one of my goats for the IC championship. Just saying. Don't cover your face. Miz is that guy.
Miz gotta be on your Rushmore.
Miz gotta be on the Mount Rushmore.
Does he?
You gotta think about it.
Bret Hart, freaking.
Do it. Don't do the Miz. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. I think because you gotta remember, Mount Rushmore has 4 people on it, bro. You're saying you ain't got 4. You don't have 4 IC champions you'd put over the Miz. Because I do.
I honestly don't.
That's crazy. I mean, shout out to the Miz for being super consistent for 20 years.
All right, so Miz is the IC champion. Would you rather Miz as IC champion or Ridge Holland as IC champion?
Ridge Holland.
That's a lie.
Because that means we could get it off of him quicker, and we could give the man who really. You already know who really deserves it.
Ridge Holland or the Miz?
I'm keeping the Miz, man.
Miz.
Where's the odds? Are you keeping the Miz or are you going to Ridge Holland?
Give a young
Ridge ain't even the one in the Brawling Brutes that I would put the
as IC champion. The Miz.
Ridge Holland.
I know he almost. I know he
sideline Big E. Fuck that.
Listen. No, okay, I agree. That was a needless spot. No one should be doing belly to backs on the outside, in my opinion. No, I don't think anyone should be doing that spot. That's a stupid spot.
The Miz or Top Dollar as Intercontinental champion?
Miz.
These are not serious questions.
Miz, let's go ahead and.
Come on. No one. Come on. Flop dollars, not. Come on.
Now we turn on Hit Row.
I'm turned on Hit Row after Swerve left, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The Miz or Braun Strowman as Intercontinental champion?
Miz.
Braun Strowman.
Oh, and Top Dollar took another L to LA Knight.
I'll never forget. Top Dollar tried to show us that he could do a dive over a rope by showing us a video of him botching another dive over the ropes. That don't make no sense.
Over Top Dollar. Miz or Braun Strowman in a kind of Sensei the Syndicate.
I'm gonna go Miz. Braun is just like get those hands, but he don't really do nothing. You know what I mean?
He got a mean sidewalk slam.
Miz or Angelo Dawkins is the champion.
Miz.
Now we're going to Angelo
Dawkins.
Doc isn't Ford, bruh. And let's not pretend that he is.
Yeah. Miz or Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship?
Sheamus,
since he never won it.
Yeah.
Sheamus or Drew for the Intercontinental Championship?
Sheamus.
That's
because I don't know. To me, it feels like he was still on his way up. You know what I mean? But plus I want to see him as a main event person rather than just being
the IC title is should be, if the way Gunther's portrayed it could be a main event title. I think you could main event a pay-per-view with Gunther.
Sheamus or Solo Sikoa as Intercontinental Champion?
Ooh. Solo. I always want to give a young guy a shot. And it's a good title.
So I'll go Solo?
Solo.
Solo or Carmelo Hayes as the Intercontinental Champion? Because you got to drop it.
I go young and black. Whenever possible, I always go young and black. So I'll go Carmelo.
I'm not the biggest fan of Carmelo Hayes, so I'll go Solo.
I'll go Solo. I'll go Solo.
Now we turn on Carmelo Hayes.
I was never on his side.
And listen, I appreciate that honesty. But that was Would You Rather, a little segment we're gonna do.
You notice you didn't put in the one person that everyone would have just who should be the actual Intercontinental Champion. Don't you, Ken? Yeah, you do.
I say Gunther, let's just say knock on wood, but you knocked on wood for me. So pause if you need.
But if not Gunther, it's LA Knight, bruh.
He was already United States champion. It was in the
he could be Intercontinental champion. LA Knight could be any, bruh. He's carried a whole promotion on his back.
Oh God, Eastside Reviews, Jamel here. So where they can find you at?
Find me at YouTube on at Eastside Reviews. Also, Historical Voices from the East Side every Thursday at 10. Also on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Not Twitter, fuck that. Follow me on Instagram, Jamel727, TikTok, Eastside Reviews. And that's about it.
Cincinnati Syndicate.
I'm at the Blur Syndicate everything. So check us out. And we're gonna have some fun stuff.
Afro Comic. We all know where to find you at.
You can find me at AfroComedy765 on all platforms. Of course, you can catch me on Overall 99 Media on YouTube, being an Overall 99 scumbag. You know the vibe. Something flagrant, something inflammatory.
Jackie O's been a silent assassin for over 30 minutes, but you can find him on SoundCloud. He's a rapper, all that other stuff. Phase Wizard, all that good stuff, But y'all know, Maze Spider can't. AK would say, AK, put your mom in the fit before Layla. Follow Friday Night Yerrr YouTube channel. We're defecting. Well, we're not defecting. We're just expanding from Lord Cartel. So, I just want to talk about wrestling.
Working the algo, folks.
Shout out the algorithm. Get the wrestling algorithm on our side, That's all I'm asking. Nothing too crazy. Everybody enjoy y'all Friday. Go watch SmackDown, all that good stuff. Go watch Collision. Shout out to CM Punk, all that good stuff.
CMFTR versus the goddamn House of Black. That could be a good trios match.
Book it, Tony.